Well, we're so happy to have you on with us because of course, we've been enjoying the music, but now with now there's the show that's actually very very touching and sweet and cool and just kind of I don't know kind of what we need right now, right?
Yes, yeah, it does. It has so much heart. I'm so thankful for County Rescue. Yeah, working out my acting muscles a little bit. Haven't done that since high school, so that was exciting and nerve-wracking. And I'll let you be the judge if I should continue
Yeah, of course. Come on.
doing that. But had a really great time.
hmm Yeah, and I knew the first episode I saw and I started tearing up. I was like, oh, here we go. They got me.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those shows for sure. They do a really great job just striking the right chords, you know. So I'm excited to see it all play out and honored to be a part of this first season.
Yeah. Well, I was curious what got you into that because it's not like you're not busy doing all the other things with music and everything, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I can honestly say it's not that I was bored. I doing music, touring, recording, and then, that's just career, but I'm also a husband, a dad to twins who are three. So I am not bored ever.
Yeah.
But this kind of came across our desk and was not pursuing an acting career by any means, but my manager kind of hesitantly was like, if you ever wanted to like act, this seems like a really great way to at least like dip your toe in. You'd be playing yourself and it's just, one day. And I'm like, you know what? Like, sure, let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? But I
Yeah.
think it turned out really great. And if you haven't seen the episode, I won't spoil it, but I'm playing myself out on tour. And let's just say I get a little choked up. So
Mhm.
you'll have to go check out the episode. But yeah, had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, then, of course, speaking of being out on tour, I see that we're going to get you here. I'm in Dallas, Texas. We're getting you
Okay.
in Greenville, Texas. So
Yes.
just a little bit up the road there. So you got to be excited about the tour coming, right?
Yes, man, we just started this leg two of the tour. I did a tour with Jordan Felice in the fall. We loved it so much. We're like, man, we need to extend this and go to some new places. So yeah, we're excited to come to Greenville and if you're free, we'd love to have you. And man, I love that area. We spend a lot of time in that Dallas area every year. So excited to be back and it's gonna be a really fun night.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like it. And plus, with just such a positive message, we're in such a strange time in the world, and we've been in such a strange time in the world. And now it just keeps getting stranger. And so it's kind of like we need all the love and the light that we can from our art, right?
Absolutely right. That's why we even called it the Love and Light Tour. We want to love on people and maybe illuminate some ways that they can get some hope because
Yeah.
we do live in a crazy world right now. So it's just a big love fest, on the tour and literally it's just so much fun. The night just doesn't stop, just keeps going.
Oh, that's so cool. And of course, you got kids in the audience that look up to you and go, see, now that's what I want to do. But it's certainly so much harder than you can imagine. And so what kind of advice do you give to those kids that, if they want to do what you do?
Yeah, if it's pertaining specifically to music, I always say, man, look for the opportunities that God has for you, like right now. I used to always like look ahead or look to the left and the right and think that the grass was greener on their side, and I wasn't watering my own grass. I was too busy daydreaming about, well, one day when I'm going to be on stage in front of thousands of people, whatever it was. And I feel like I missed out on some opportunities that were right under my nose. So just be present in the here and now. Those things will come, especially when God calls you to them. But yeah, just be present and work on your craft, practice. Um, yeah, even when you're given a gift, that doesn't mean it's fully polished yet. So practice and stick with it. It's a hard business, but it's so rewarding.
Yeah, well said. My co-host Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, and went in the Hall of Fame, caught the Hail Mary. We know a couple
Wow,
different
yeah,
Hail Marys,
yeah.
but yeah. But he always loves asking people their Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career we just had to go for it, and it worked out for you. So I'm so curious to know what that was for you.
Yeah, man, what a great question. The first thing that came to my mind it more so kind of plays into faith in music for me. I grew up in church, and I think for anyone who grows up in that capacity, there comes a time in their life where they kind of have to make the decision of whether or not to, um, to follow after what their parents believed in. And that moment was kind of spread out over my high school, just little things of deciding to, you know what, actually, I do believe in this, or, defining the moral compass, whatever that is. But I remember there was a time on American Idol, which I did, it was over a decade ago. Can't believe it's been that long. But it was the night I got voted out. And man, I just remember so vividly, like the audience wasn't there. That it was literally just me and God on that stage. And it was just kind of a moment that I had to dedicate, like, man, whatever this music career looks like, it's yours. Like, have your way with it. He's been so real to me in my life. I just want to tell people about it and say, hey, there's hope. Tomorrow's a new day. Every day we have an opportunity for grace. I know I need it. I'm not perfect. And so that opportunity to me was maybe not so much the career defining, but the life trajectory Hail Mary moment for me was on my knees, uh, last moment I had on Idol.
Yeah, I love that. We talk about that kind of success mindset that you have to have on the show, like whether you're feeling it or not, and sometimes you're
Yeah.
not. And so, is
Yeah.
there something you tell yourself that kind of keeps you on that right path, even when things are tough?
Yeah, to be honest, my wife is amazing and she kind of keeps my feet on the ground. So even when I don't see it, she's like, "Hey, like it's all right, we're gonna be good." There was even a moment got dropped by my record label just before the holidays, the end of 2018, and it was a shock to all of us. And I was like, for a week, I was like, well, that's it. I was so negative. I was like, well, that's it. The 15 minutes are up, or I guess the music career's over. I need to, whatever. And she's like, hold on a second. Like, you know, one door closes, another one opens. What if God's just setting you up for what's next? And it's like, okay, yeah, I can stand on that. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, it's really good and important to have people around you who will build you up in the times that you need, not tear you down. There's a lot of people that are quick to tear you down. So find those people in your life that'll build you up.
Yeah, love that. So now, of course, you keep putting out good music, but people always want to know, oh, when's new music coming? So,
Yes, yeah, always.
yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, you put out a song, and the next week it's like, what else is coming? It's like, man, can we just sit in this for a second? Yeah, so it actually has been a second since we've released the music. We did some stuff over Christmas, but we are working. We've got some songs that I am just so excited for you to hear. There will be music before summer for sure. We're hoping to have a project as well come shortly after. So, and we're also hoping, my label might not want me to say this, but we need a full length Christmas project as well. I've got so many Christmas, songs we've done our own versions of. We did a tour last year, and I'm like, man, we at least need an EP. We need to do a record. So be on the lookout for a Christmas project this year too. So
Oh, that's
busy
great. I
year.
love it. That's so cool. So for the show, is there a memory? I know you weren't on there at that low, but like on the set that just kind of stood out to you, like, this was a really good crew. This is a really good show. I'll remember this.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was so kind. What was so cool to me is Brett Varvel, who's an actor in the show. Really good looking dude, by the way. I was like, wow, that's just the chiseled jaw, the whole thing. It's like, wow, Brett, that's good for you, man. But we were hanging backstage, and he's like, I just want you to know, he's like, I'm not trying to like fan out on you, but um, it's rare that people have heard like your latest project. They normally know you for like the songs that radio plays or whatever. But Brett was like, "Hey man, like your new project called Canvas." He's like, "I really love that song called Canvas, and it's really helped me a lot. Just
Hmm.
work through some things." And he even mentioned another one that wasn't a single on my newest project, and I was kind of dumbfounded. I really was. You don't expect your peers to know all of your material, especially in that way, or for it to always mean something. But That was super cool. That stuck out to me. Um, and yeah, meant a lot to me that someone in that capacity took the time to listen. So
Yeah, it's so cool. And what do you find special about the show? Because it really is special, and I think
it
it's.
really is.
Mhm.
I love the heart behind it. Man, they're trying to encourage people and give people hope and give people joy, and which is exactly what I try to do as well with music. So it's cool seeing someone in a different lane go after the
Yeah,
same goal. Um, they I also love too that they are so intentional about um, painting faith-based people in a normal light.
yeah.
It's like, man, like just because we believe in God doesn't mean that we're weird. We're normal people too. We laugh at jokes, you know. We're into really cool like skeleton paintings sometimes, you know. But yeah, like I just know that God's real and he's been real in my life, so I want to talk about it. But the show doesn't shy away from that. I just think that's really cool and important. And I love that I was given the opportunity to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's so great. Well, last thing then, of course, we get you here in Greenville coming up next month. Are you going to get to do anything fun while you're on tour, or do you just kind of get in, get out, or do you get to spend some time in the area?
Yeah, and you know, it kind of depends on what the routing looks like, but we do have some off days on the road. Like I know we've got a couple off days in New York City, which will be super fun. I love, you know, in doses, getting to visit New York. But like I said, I love the Dallas area and I want to say that we do have a day in that Dallas area. So we're gonna have to go do something. I'm not sure what yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have a good old time in Dallas.
Oh, that's great. Well, we really appreciate your time and the great answers. Keep making that great music, and hopefully, we'll see some more of you on TV or in the movies. But for now, we'll see you in Greenville next month.
Hey, sounds great, man. Great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, bye bye.